So hi guys, today is our topic how data will be transferred from one UV to other UV. So today we'll explain and let's see how the data will transfer from one UV to another UV. So first of all, we need to know about that key, see, everyone know about the seven layer light, right? So first we will know the uh, about the layer. So first it is application layer, then presentation layer, okay, then session layer, then network, then transport, then network, okay, and then you can say downlink layer, and then file layer. So these are the seven layers. So first we know every the layer, what are the purpose, why we are using, and so this will help how the data will transfer. So application layer, see, in the every UV, so application layer, the main purpose of the application layer, this layer is responsible to generate the data, right? Suppose you have a UV, right? And the UV, there are lots of applications like WhatsApps, Facebook, or if you want to send one picture from your WhatsApp to your friend, then how this will work, I will tell you how. So suppose in your UV or in your phone, like WhatsApp application is there, right? So this is the application layer. So your application layer is responsible to generate the data. Then this once they application layer has generated the data, then he will forward it to the presentation layer. So what presentation layer will do? So presentation layer, the purpose of the presentation layer, he will compress or compression or decompression the data. So he will compress your data. Suppose if your size is big, then he will take lots of bandwidth, okay. So that's why here using after this, presentation layer will compress your data, okay. So the main purpose of presentation layer is compression and decompression, okay. So he will compress the data, okay, then he will forward it to the session layer. So session layer will add, or session layer you can say this is responsible to add the timer related information, how much time will take. So this will add some headers, and so here it is. Then he will forward it to the transport layer. So what next transport layer will do? So here the transport layer will responsible to categorize your data, or he will cut it into the short pieces, like segmentation or concatenation. So he will perform he will divide it into different packets, okay, and then he will go for the transport layer. After that he will forward it to the network layer. So network layer will divide into data in the IP packets, okay. But here, see, here we are using your UVs, and the UV don't have a router. If you have, suppose if you have a PC, right? So PC, here after the IP packet, he will forward it to the in the IP packet. So how you will forward this data? Then you need a IP, you can say IP ID, right? So then IP ID, without IP ID, how you can transfer this IP packet, right? So here, then IP packet you have, then you need to for sending this data, you needed like IP IDs. So either if you have a laptop, then you can use a router. Through the router you can transfer the data, because of you have a through the application layer. So you will generate a like what IP means initial IP IDs, and whatever you want to forward it, then destination IP IDs, and through the router you can send it. But in the UV you don't have. So to the UV who will give this IP IDs? Only P gateway, right? Everyone know about the P gateway. So in the LP architecture, everyone know what are the meaning of the P gateway and all. If you don't know, then I will tell you in another videos, and then you can understand easily way. But now you can consider ki you know about the P gateway. So P gateway will responsible to generate the IP ID for every UVs. Okay. So here, but UV can't directly communicate with the P gateway. So how UV will communicate with the P gateway? Through the MME, right? So in the UV have one protocol, it is called as NAS message. So through the NAS he will communicate with the MME, right? So now I will tell you first in the UV how many protocol stacks will be there inside that. So see, first here we will discussing about the layer 3. So in the layer 3, like NAS and RRC protocol, or here it is whatever you like data has come. So in the technical term, in the UV side you can say user data, right? This is the user data. So our ultimate goal is to send this data, right? So, and this user data is in your IP format. You can say packet format, right? So how you can send this? So you need to what you need here, it is IP ID for sending this data. So now these are the layer 3. Now comes to the layer 2. In the layer 2, PDCP, RLC and MAC. These are the protocol stack. And now L1 it is 5, right? So this is all about in the UV side. These are the protocol, and I will tell you one by one what are the purpose of NAS, RRC, PDCP, RLC, MAC and PHY, and how they will transfer this data one by one. So first you can understand like you have a user data, okay, but through the UV can't directly send. Why UV cannot send this data? Because first UV need a IP ID. So for the IP ID, how UV will get? So and you I already told you that P gateway will allocate the IP ID for the UV, and through the MME UV will communicate with the P gateway, right? So see, first you can understand through the NAS protocol UV will communicate with MME, but without eNode B UV cannot communicate with the MME. So for that, then the NAS, the dependency, because he cannot directly he cannot bypass the eNode Bs, okay, so he will go for the RRC. So first what UV will do, UV will establish the radio connection with the eNode B, okay. So how UV will connect the radio signal through the RRC message. Okay, so you know the purpose of NAS message and the RRC message. Through the RRC message, we will establish the radio connection with the inode B. Okay, so and here I want to tell you one more thing. In the layer 3 there are two type of data. This protocol is only for the signaling purpose, not for this. NAS message and RRC will never involve to send a data. Okay, so this is, you can say this is a signaling protocol and this is for data purpose, which is called as user data. So what they will do, he will first establish the radio connection with the inode B. This is, suppose this is your UV, this is inode B, okay, and this is MME, suppose. So first your UV will establish the connection with the inode Bs, okay, through the RRC protocol. Okay, and once the connection will established, then through the NAS message, UV will forward this user data to inode B. Okay, and then inside the inode B the NAS protocol is not there. Okay, so he cannot understand what is the meaning of this message. Okay, so he just forwarded this message to MME. Okay, he can understand the RRC message because inside that the RRC protocol is there. See, suppose you are speaking with anyone, like you are talking about, or if you are speaking in English and in front of you who guys those cannot understand the English, or he never he don't know about the English, so how you will communicate with him? You can't, right? So the same it is in the inode B. NAS protocol is not present, so he cannot understand the meaning of this message, so he just forwarded to the MME. Okay, now here, so and then MME, the same message will forward to the S gateway, and then S gateway will forward to the P gateway, and P gateway will generate the IP packet for the UV, and then he will forward it to S gateway, and S gateway forwarded to the MME, then MME will forward it to the inode B, and inode B will forward it to the UV, and then finally UV will collect the IP ID. Okay, and once UV will collect the IP ID, then he will forward it to like user data, the UV. So suppose your UV had got the IP ID, then what procedure here? The next will be started. So this user data will go through the PDCP. Now PDCP. Okay. So what are the purpose of the PDCP? Again, PDCP will perform the concatenation and compression and decompression. Then you can ask, or then you can again raise a query key. The same task has done by the presentation layer. Then again, why here we are performing the compression and decompression? So the answer is, suppose here the application layer has generated the data, and then presentation layer has compressed the data, then he will go to the session layer, then transport layer, then the network layer, and every layer has like on work and they will perform. So after doing his work, they will also add our headers. Every layer will add, before the forwarding the data, he will add on headers. suppose they have a 4 byte of the data, and he will forward it to the next layer. Then he will add on headers. Why they are adding headers, I will tell you later. Okay, so for that please wait. So here the PDCP, now coming to the PDCP. So after coming here, then here every layer will add the headers, and here the data and plus में our data and plus में signaling protocol message also they have added. So now here again need to compress the data. So PDCP layer will compress the data again and forward it to the RLC. Then what RLC will do? Again, the purpose of the RLC protocol here it is, and these all are L2 layer, right? I have already told you, so please remember these things. So RLC, what RLC will do? Then again RLC will perform a concatenation and segmentation as per the MAC requirement, because once this is done, so as per the MAC requirement he will perform the concatenation and segmentation. Why this will happens? Because suppose MAC like the radio resource have only taken 2 bit of data and you have a 4 byte of data, then how he will forward it to the next step? He can't forward it, right? So that's why MAC, as per the MAC requirement, or like MAC will tell ki how much he will forward the data. So as per this he will perform the concatenation and segmentation procedure. Okay, and then after concatenation and segmentation he will forward this data to MAC layer. And then what MAC layer will do? MAC layer again will perform on task, like he will set the priority. Okay, suppose you have a like IP 6 IP packet, okay, 1 2 3 and 4. So MAC will decide ki which data like most important, as compared to suppose you have a one data, one it is for the signaling message and one it is for IP packet. So first you will send signaling message, because first you will perform the attach procedure. Once attach procedure will happen, then like at the time of the attach procedure, P gateway will generate a IP packet for the UE, right? And in this procedure, like all type of you can say security and all type of functionality will happens. Okay, and once MME will like confirm ki okay, so this UE is genuine and all the like UE has performed or fulfilled all the whatever MME has required. So then P gateway will allocate the IP packet. Okay, so here now come to the our MAC layer. So MAC layer will perform the, or like MAC layer will responsible to set the priorities. Okay, and then he will send to the file layer, and file layer what will do? File layer and all this type of here the data, how we will send this data in a digital format, 0 or 1 format, right? You know na? So here in the file layer, what OFDMA and SCFDMA. What is the meaning of OFDMA? Orthogonal frequency division multiple access, right? And what stands for the SCFDMA? Single cell frequency division multiple access, right? So through this, in the digital format, he will transfer the data in the receiver side. So in the receiver side, suppose this UV is transferring the data, and the next side, like here the receiver side, again UV. So the UV physical layer will receive this data in the digital format. So how he will through the like radio format. What it is meaning of the radio? This is the electromagnetic wave. So the data will transfer through the, because of in the file layer, this is, you can say, the software and plus a radio signals. So what is the meaning of software and radio signal? So first he will nothing but like your radio signal, nothing but a electromagnetic wave. So he will transfer the data into the electromagnetic wave, and your receiver side file layer will receive the electromagnetic wave, and with the help of the software he will transfer like he will converted electromagnetic wave data into the digital format 0 or 1. Okay, and once receiver side file layer receive this data into the digital format 0 1, and then he will forward this data to the MAC layer, and again the same MAC, RLC, then PDCP. Okay, all this protocol layer will do the same task in reverse order. Suppose here he will set the priority, he will also check the priorities, which one the like most important, and as per the, like suppose he will send the data in the format of 3 2 1 as per the like priority. Okay, or here he has received the data in like 2 3 1. So he will set like first he will consider 3, then 2, then 1, like that. Okay, suppose I will give you some examples. Suppose you are sending someone with hello message, right? And he has sent a priority like 1 2 3 4 5, and the receiver side he has received like 5 3 1 2, and the same like the same voice he will receive the data. Then how he will print, like 5 1 is the first O, then 3 means L, then 1 means H. Okay, and then 2 means E, and then 4 means L. So O L H E L, there is no meaning of this word, right? So he will set the priority again. So MAC layer will set the priorities, then he will forward it to the RLC. So RLC, how he will identify that this data is mine? So he will first check on the headers. So that's the reason every layer will added on headers, because at the receiving side first he will consider on headers, and then he will decide, okay, so this is for me. Okay, so as per the first he will decode the headers, and after getting, then suppose here RLC has performed a concatenation, then here he will perform segmentation. If here it is perform like segmentation, then here it will perform concatenation, right? So after decoding the data and performing our own work, then he will forward it the PDCP, and PDCP, suppose here it is performed like what it is, PDCP, suppose here it is perform a compression, then here it will perform a decompression, and then you will forward it. So this is the eNodeB, but I have already told you कि eNodeB they don't have like NAS protocols, so just forward it to the MME. Like this is the another thing, but you can understand, like, so here the user data has come like this user data in the original format, and this UV also has come, right? So this is all about how the data will transfer from one UV to another UV through all. So I am not telling you ki this is like all about. I will I'm not told you 100% because I just want to explain you that how the data will transfer from like every with the every protocols. So I just give you a, you can say in a short format, like how the data will transfer with how many protocols will involve this. So this question like uh, in various interviewer will ask you how the data, suppose I am going to send one photo like to you, then how this will happens. Okay, so you can simply explain uh, these things whatever I explain you. So I hope this will like you can understand on this way, and this will helpful to explain for interviewer or anything. Okay, so this is all about this query, and if any doubt you can reach out and I will explain you on briefly, because I don't know which type of question comes in your mind. Okay, so you just like ask me on a chat or whatever it is, then I will try to explain you more or more briefly. So this is all about this. Okay, thanks.